Okay guys, I found out something really dumb when I tried to record this for the first time. I can't switch out audio, so a lot of this is gonna be pointless. Okay, so that's that. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I'm a little mad. So, we're gonna skip a lot of the stuff that I just sat through. Any particular reason? Yes, because I just sat through it. It's annoying. So, that's skipping, I think, about, like 3% of, like 3 minutes of the first recording. Oh, that makes me so mad. But it's what happened. Recording fails. I can't go through an entire day without recording. You can't skip this, can you? God! Okay. So, after my little temper tantrum, this is Tales of the Abyss for the PS2. I'm not playing this on the 3DS remake, even though I do own it. I honestly bought Tales of the Abyss just to do a Let's Play of Tales of the Abyss. Okay. So, there is a story right now, but you guys don't get to hear it. You know why? Because I wanted to be smart and I wanted to be curious. So what I did, I went to my capture card. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna put the built-in game music in, cause people want to listen to like the voice work and stuff. It turns out that stops my recording entirely. So, sorry, who wants to hear the voice acting? Just go on YouTube and type in like Tales of the Abyss intro. It should come up. Ugh, I am just so mad right now. That failed. Again! Ugh. So, I'm gonna move my capture device over here. And we are gonna close the capture thing right there. And we're gonna over here. Probably thinking, what are you doing? I'm checking my upload for Tales of the Abyss, the intro, because I posted it a while ago. So, as I said in a previous recording, which was a fail outtake, we get introduced to one of my least favorite Tales characters right off the get-go. Because, he's a whiny person. If people don't know who I'm referring to, or don't care, or just don't know the series in general, Nick, I'm looking at you. It's like, go, why do you pick on Nick a lot? Because he hasn't played crap all. Like, he's played, like, one game, if anything, that I've played. And that's, like, Pokemon. That's actually not Pokemon, but, yeah, but Nick, you even said yourself that you honestly wish you played more video games. And you wish you had the same style I did. So, yay! I'm a hero in someone's eyes. That's probably not a good thing. I feel a zit on my shoulder. Oh, crap. That's probably something I should bring up in a recording. Whoops. Okay, so how recording sessions are going to go, how they're going to work is I'm going to record up to a point where I feel, like I need to take a break or something. Where I think I need to take a little time of a break. So, that won't be until a certain event happens in this game. So I will stop at certain events. Certain events that I know of. So, how are you guys doing today? I'm doing quite fine. Minus the fail recording. But, that's failed recordings. So, going over a status now because I want to and other things. Sorry about my microphone might sound a bit off and stuff. That's honestly because I'm using the built-in microphone for my computer. But hopefully you guys can still hear this. So, going over arts with Luke. Luke has Fangblade. What is Fangblade? A base slash cuts out enemies and throws them up into the air. Now, that might sound really stupid. And trust me, it kinda is. But, yeah, it's weird. Okay, Luke has a wooden sword and a decent equipment of armor, which isn't... Actually, that's horrible. Never mind. Items. You have no items, but the general gist is items they can use, battle weapons, battle armor, accessories, food, and key items. That's for, like, every Tales game, though. Okay, in this Tales game, you have a lot of inputs that you could take off and put on when you want. And case in point, for the Luke status, he has backstep. If that will probably be covered later because I don't really want to cover that right now. That's kind of a spoiler. Strategy: if you have AI partners that you want to keep them, away or close to an enemy, you could change their AI to do so. It's not really the greatest thing, but it's not really the worst thing. I don't normally keep my characters on automatic anyways, unless I'm training for something. Cooking! Cooking is, I think, influenced in this game and from other games onwards. How does this work? We'll go over that in a battle when we need to cook. Go into his status, you can realize that his full name is Luke von Fabre. His title is Duke's son. There's a lot of titles in this game, but I don't know how to unlock all of them. So if I skip over a couple, I'm sorry, I don't know how to make them. Okay, from going from Tales of Symphonia and Tales of Symphonia Dawn of the New World, I believe, you have a journal, essentially. When you forget what you're doing or just want a reminder what you're going to be doing, look at the journal. It helps you in the long run. So in System, you can obviously get records, configuration, etc. Records just show like the basic general statistics, where you like how many times you played, your maximum combo in a battle, etc., etc. So this isn't exactly the best game to play through, like for non-game wise, but I hope you guys could overall just like this. I really enjoyed this game later in the game, but not so much earlier in the game because, as I said, if people play this with voice acting on and stuff, you'll soon realize that Luke is a incompetent little pansy. Ah, I don't like him. Also, another boring day is a skit. So, I'm going to back off from my computer because I forgot my glass of water. Give me a moment. I'm in my kitchen, so it's not that hard to find a glass of water that I put down somewhere, which is way over here. Sorry, I'm far from the mic. The skit's still going on, so you guys can read. My cup of water is really empty. Put my cup of water down. I'm now getting back to touch the controller. Woo! So, I'm going to state this right now. If you guys don't want long recording sessions, say so. I'm not going to cram all these into one, like, giant video or something. But I want someone to speak up if you guys don't want them to be, like, 35 minutes or so. Because, depending on how fast or slow I play this game, you might see a lot more of the game than you're ever going to get used to. And people know me for playing games generally fast on, like, Let's Plays and stuff. So I'm going to try to slow down for this one. So we got two new usable items. We got lemon gel and apple gels. Now the gels of the Tales series are very, you know, obviously important. There's, the gels are what heal you, and if you're not close to an inn or a town, they will be absolutely important or necessary to have unless you want to get screwed over. But knowing me, I'm probably going to go through this entire game without using a couple of them because things. But if I do use gels, oh boo-hoo. There's not an Achievo, but there's a thing in this game. If you go through a majority of it without using gels or anything, you will get a skit. And in most Tales games, they'll go like, oh, you're pretty damn amazing. You didn't use a gel through like 90% of the game. But that's usually on your New Game Plus mode. I don't expect me to be perfect on a new file. I play on new files for Let's Plays for good reasons because, you know, hey, people honestly don't really want to see you go wrecking a game right off the bat like I did in Silent Hill 2. Sorry, water. So, we get introduced to one of my favorite male characters in Tales of the Abyss, or hell, the Tales series in general. Basically, Guy. Guy is a very interesting character. He does have a very important story arc, though. And when we get to that point where the characters start to go through the story arcs, then I'll explain. But just note this now, that he does have a very good story arc. And to be fair, I do like his story arc over everyone else's, essentially, too, because he gets over something very important to him. But we're not going to see a Guy for a very long time. And when I mean very long time, I mean about, like, 9-ish hours in the game. So that's going to be fun, right? People really want to see me suffer through Tales games. Alright, something that I brought up in my last recording. The titles in this game, people can correct me if I'm mistaken, but they mean absolutely nothing. But you can get costume changes depending on what titles you get. And for a certain character later, you can get the maze costume from this, the Von Fabra house. So it is very important, and it's also very funny to see like certain scenes play out. It's pretty damn cool. But all in all, I'm gonna be talking over this entire game. So if I somehow lose my way and people just start losing interest in this, I'm sorry. But I think I'll go through an episode where it's just gonna be the game audio, and then, you know, back to my audio or something. But tell me what you guys think, because I'm going to be posting at least 5 episodes of this today, or recording them. I'm not going to be posting them, though. Probably I will. I don't know. But I hope you guys could like this game as much as I do. Sorry that the voice acting isn't in, like, the recording, but there's not a whole lot I could do about that, because my computer is derp, and I'm derp because I can't fix it. So yeah, this game is very cool. It's very fun. This is, I think one of the only Tales games that I took a long break from and never finished until recently. Excuse me, I have a very sore throat right now, so if I start drinking water and like if I stop talking for about 5 minutes, I'm sorry. Okay, sorry that I skipped that entire like scene, but basically all that happens is, you know, hey, Master Vance, Luke says, he has to go back to his home country. He's got to go to Doff. Where's Doff in the world? I can't show you until later because, oh god, this game is long. I'm not looking forward to it. And there's honestly parts of the game where I forget what happens and where you're supposed to go. So if I just jerk for about half an episode, I'm sorry. Excuse me. But no, yeah, Luke is when you start off the game, he's a very unlikable character. He's a very self-claimed, self-prior, like, spoiled pansy, essentially. And oh my dear god, I hate that about, like, any game character or any person in real life, how they're so egotistical. But, yeah, Luke is very, very stupid in the beginning part of this. And then later in the game, he actually does become more likable. So, there's something that changed in this game than the There's something in the PS2 game that was technically in the 3DS game, but in a different format. Basically, the tutorial fight. Ah, god, I can't read today. Or, I can't speak today. Way to go, Mew, you're implying you wrote a script. Yay! I'm not talented enough to write a script, I'm sorry. Now, I do want people on a Skype call to talk over this game, personally, but hey, I said I want to do I want to do at least Tales of Grace solo, so I can't really expect people to be on Skype, etc. But, yes, I will have guest commentators, like, possibly Nick. Hey, Nick, if you want in, just Skype me. I'll see what we can do. So, a guy's just going to sit out on this one. He's going to watch Luke fight. So Luke has a very particular fighting stance in this game series. I believe he's like a dual wielder. Now here's the thing with the tutorial fight. The tutorial fight technically wasn't like this in the 3DS. It was you were fighting Van, I believe, for the tutorial. Okay, so basically, whoa, you gotta test out your stuff. Da da da. You could move. That's all it's teaching me right now. Oh right, this tutorial is skippable. No. Oh, no. Alright, basically, attacks now. If you hit down, you do a kick strike, and my PS2 controller, stop. Stop, PS2 controller, jeez. If you just hit X, he does a normal slash. If you hit up, he does a jumping slash. And my PS2 controller, I'm gonna freaking break it, I swear. And you can't jump yet. I was gonna say, you could jump over your opponent and kind of get behind them and smack them around a bit. So next, he's going to teach us about basic arts, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. Is that what he just said? I'm not even reading. I'm sorry, folks. I'm really there. Oh, defend. So that's how you defend. And my PS2 controller, I'm going to freaking break it. It's like, just buy a new one. I don't know people who sell PS2 controllers. Finally, moving on to arts. Okay, here we go. Basically, if people have played the Tales of Grace, you realize, you know, arts. So, Fangblade is a very close performing art. You have to be close to your opponent to use it. Since this is a tutorial fight, it's not going to matter. Also, I didn't talk about Luke's fighting stance. I believe his fighting stance is of the twin blade users. So he's going to have very speed-oriented attacks. So, case in point, Fangblade. Okay, so Fangblade is basically, you'll knock your opponent very far in the air. You can also do combos, as Van just explained. So it's, 1, 2, no. My stupid PS2 controller. 1, my PS2 controller is being a derp. Hey, PS2 controller, what the hell are you doing? Oh my god. God. I don't want to hate this game. It's my PS2 controller. Okay. What? Okay, I wish I could show you guys like what's going on, but it is seriously my PS2 controller. Alright, what? Am I just not allowed to like use my PS2? Okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. If my game freezes up for a second, I'm sorry. This is getting stupid. There we go! Now it's not being stupid. Yeah, so I have to do that with my PS2 controller sometimes. So if a part goes longer than expected, that's probably due to my PS2 controller. I'm sorry, I can't get a better PS2 controller. If someone wants to send me a PS2 controller, by all means, I'm down for donations. But you know, hey, we can still play a game and have bad things. That voice. Alright, now introducing one of my favorite characters from Tales of the Abyss, from the female saga, or female side. But for right now, we can't really say who she is because her name is question mark, question mark, question mark. Yup, Tyr. Tyr is one of my favorite characters from the Tales universe alone. Tyr, hands down, is my favorite character from, like, Tales of the Abyss. Why? That would be relevant later. And did my game just... PS2, why? The sad part is I love my PS2. It's a very good PS2, but it just derps. Actually, I have to play this right now. I have the box of the game sitting on my PS2 right now, so it's not derping, essentially, as much as it would under normal circumstances. So, if anything, I'm doing you jerks a favor. Wake up, Luke. Hi, Tyr. Hi, Tyr. I like you. I really do. You're hands down my favorite character in this game. There's other characters in other games that I kind of like better than you sometimes, but overall, Tyr's the best. I am definitely in the Tyr fan club. Don't ask because I'm stupid. I can't go over that because that's a certain part of the game later. Excuse me, I just belched. So, I think this is where I'm going to stop the recording because of, you know, new area, and also I need to go check something on my phone. So, Tyr's joined your party. Yay! Tyr has joined the party because Tyr is a badass. Okay, now, can we see Tyr's full name? Yep, Tyr Grants. If people know Van, or heard his last name, which I hope you did, or seen your last name, his last name, it's a very certain connection. Then again, I think you guys could piece that together after me being stupid. So, how's this going to work? We're going to have Tyr in the main slot. Why? Because I honestly love playing Tyr. Actually, no I don't. I want to play as Luke. Okay, but next time in Tales of the Abyss, we'll be going on into the adventure. We are just in the beginning parts of it. See you guys later.